should be the central principle for Christian parents to help their children go through teenage? This is a critical question. Indeed, each family needs to have a set of principles that help the family work together as a unit, and which give structure for building healthy relationships with one another. Whether you have well-defined principles or not, each child knows what is allowed in his home. They may try to push the boundaries of what has been allowed in the past, to see where authority pushes back and sets the limits. With all children, it is helpful to have principles that are clear, and especially for teenagers, it is necessary that these principles be consistently enforced. The purpose of these 6 principles is to raise godly children who become good, productive citizens. Your goal is not to become some authoritarian dictatorship that does not allow for personal expression and loss of self-will. In fact, one way to help with this is to allow your teens to participate in setting the principles. Principle number 1. Respect one another. All principles in the house should focus on mutual respect. Playing around and teasing are perfectly fine, if it remains enjoyable by all parties involved. It is usually obvious to others when the line is crossed between a good hearty laugh and disrespect for a sibling, parent, or child. Help your children know when they are getting too close to that line, where a spirit of disrespect begins to creep in. Respect is not limited to only the children towards one another and their parents. Dads and moms need to show appropriate respect to their children too. Principle number 2. Information exchange. As children grow into their teenage years, their activities revolve less and less around the family unit. When schedules are changing on a regular basis, it can be frustrating and disruptive for everyone. Try to implement ways that you can help one another know about any changes in normal schedules. This is not just for scheduling purposes. Children should be expected to inform their parents of any special needs they have for school before the need becomes urgent. They will learn to be more conscientious of their upcoming events when they know it is their responsibility to make sure everything is ready. Principle number 3. Open communication. If you never talk with your teenage children about certain subjects, then they will feel like those things are forbidden territory. Let your children know they can speak to you. This won't happen by just telling them that you are available. You need to spend time with them and initiate conversations that may be uncomfortable for one or the both of you. But when you start these hard talks, it breaks the ice for them to come to you in the future. These difficult conversations can be any kind of talk that involves opening your heart and mind to your child. If you will talk with them about how the Lord is working in your own life, it will make it easier for them to talk with you about those things too. If you never talk with them about certain subjects, then they will feel like those things are forbidden territory. If your child is having trouble standing up for what is right because of peer pressure, you can help them when they know they can come to you for a listening ear. Principle 4. Honor God in all actions. When setting the principles that your teens should follow, help them to see that honoring God should be the ultimate goal. They are old enough to make many decisions on their own. The guiding principle for their decisions should be, does this activity honor God? This question will help your teenage children to place God in the center of their life. Principle 5. Discussion is appropriate, arguing is not. As children grow older and begin to think for themselves, which you want to encourage. Similarly, there may be times when they do not agree with the decisions of their parents. Don't let that threaten you as a parent. Let your children know that it is appropriate to discuss disagreements. However, you will not tolerate yelling and arguing. The bottom line is that they still must obey the parents' decisions, but they are welcome to challenge and give input to those decisions in a calm and rational way. Principle 6. Obedience required. Regardless of what their friends are doing or where they are going, dad and mom should be the final authority. It is appropriate to discuss a disagreement. Ephesians 6:1 command that children should obey their parents. It doesn't say that they should only obey if the parents are right and that the children agree. Dear parents, these principles are outlined to help you and your children in your journey to God. These are not the entire list. There might be some other principles you need to include into this list based on your specific situation. Please comment below your list, which will inform many other parents like you. May God bless.